It all started on a Tuesday, or maybe a Wednesday. The days kind of blur together when you're on the graveyard shift. I'm parked in a little security booth in a big, empty corporate building downtown. We're talking Midtown Manhattan, the kind of place with a lobby so shiny you can see your own disappointed reflection in the floor. My job is simple. Watch the screens, drink bad coffee, make sure no one who isn't supposed to be here gets in. Mostly it's just me, the hum of the servers, and 50 cameras showing 50 empty hallways. The clock ticked over. 11:59, then 12 a.m. That's when he showed up. On screen 16, the West Corridor, 4th floor, a man appeared. Just popped into existence. He wore the same dumb uniform as me. Bland, gray, no authority. Please don't test me. He didn't move, not a twitch. Perfectly still, staring into the empty, silent hall. I hit the PA. Hey, pal on 4 West Wing. You're not on my schedule? Identify. Nothing. Just static and him. The next night I was ready for him. Coffee brewed extra strong, a pot of sludge that could probably dissolve a spoon. I spent the hours before midnight staring at 16, counting down like New Year's without champagne. Sal, old school, said I was just tired, seeing things. I wasn't so sure. 11:59, empty hallway, fluorescent lights, polished floors, zero action, then 12. Bam, there he was. Not just 16 this time, screen 8, lobby, 22, cafeteria, 31, server room, a dozen feeds, same guy, same stupid gray uniform, hands clasped, blank stare. He appeared everywhere at once. I nearly dropped my coffee. This wasn't just seeing things. No doors opened, no elevators called, no alarms tripped. The system said tomb quiet. I called Sal. He's back and he brought friends. He's on every screen. Sal sighed. Log everything. Day shift will sweep. At exactly 1, every image vanished. The hallways were empty again, but the feeling that we weren't alone, that stuck around. Sal humored me. Techs ran diagnostics, wiring, software, cameras. Everything came back clean. They gave me new toys. Motion detectors on 4 tied to an alarm that'd scream if a mouse farted. That night I watched the green light. 11:59, 16 empty, green and quiet, 12. There he was. Same pose, same blank stare, same silence. The sensor, state of the art, said nothing was there. My eyes said a man stood 10 feet from the lens. He was back everywhere, a dozen figures, not one sensor flipped. Then, something new. Around 12:45, the one on 16 moved. He drifted, no footsteps, no gait. Center to wall in a blink. The light stayed green, stubborn as a lie, a phantom, a digital ghost haunting our servers. And now it was moving. The impossible drift was worse than the pop-in. It broke all the rules. And there I was, waiting for a rulebook that didn't exist. I showed Sal the recordings. Dozens of screens, the glide past the sensor. He replayed it 3 times. Okay, we've got a problem. Corporate sent special projects. They scanned, whispered, interviewed me like I was the glitch. You on any meds? Imaginative episodes? Insulting. I showed them the tapes. They put a kid named Leo next to me. Midnight. Frank appeared. Every designated screen. Leo whispered, "It's not possible." He wasn't in the data stream. The camera saw him. The system didn't. The investigation ended fast. The report said visual artifacts and lens refraction. No solution, no explanation. Continue monitoring. So I was back where I started. Alone. Bad coffee. Waiting for my ghost's shift. Officially real. Officially unsolved. I'd never felt so seen by something that might not exist. And yet, at noon or midnight, the hall felt the same. Waiting. Waiting for 12. Waiting for him. For weeks it became routine. 12, he appears. Sometimes a slow glide. 1, he vanishes. I got used to it. I called him Frank. Hey Frank, back for another shift? He never answered. Then, on a Thursday, I glanced up, and something was different. Not hands behind his back. One arm was up. He was pointing. Just pointing. Straight down the hall. My blood went cold. This was new. This was active. Direction. Intention. He'd never shown intention before. Now he was telling us to look. or telling us where he was going. He held it for the full hour, pointing at nothing. The next night, every screen. Lobby, pointing at the entrance. Cafeteria, at the kitchen doors. Server room, at a specific rack. A dozen francs, one silent command. A warning? An invitation? Either way, the quiet times were over, and I couldn't look away. Sal said we couldn't ignore it. He sent Carlos, Marine tough, with a radio to walk where Frank pointed. 12 o'clock. Okay, Carlos. He's here. He's pointing. Your show. Carlos stepped into the corridor. I see him, Mike. Just like you said. Looks like a hologram or something. As he got closer, 16 began to fizz, little lines of static dancing. I'm getting interference. How's it look? He radioed back, voice distant. Cold, really cold, and he's fading. On my screen, Frank flickered, and so did Carlos. The static swallowed the feed, a burst so loud I ripped the headset off. Then silence. 16 never came back, just snow. The other cameras stayed fine. Frank pointed till one, then vanished. Carlos didn't come back. We called the police. They searched the whole building. They found his flashlight on the 4th floor west corridor, but Carlos was gone. He had just vanished. After Carlos disappeared, all hell broke loose. The police got nowhere. No body, no struggle. Someone leaked the clip of him walking toward the pointing ghost. It went viral overnight, everywhere. News, social, paranormal shows. They called him the Midnight Watchman, the 12 a.m. ghost. Our building became a tourist attraction. The press swarmed. PR spun forgery. Nobody bought it. Internet detectives tore it apart. Time traveler. Interdimensional being. Dead guard's ghost. Hard light AI. None of it helped. Our creepy problem became a global spectacle. Police, press, attention from everywhere, and still every night Frank showed up. He went back to routine. No pointing, just standing. Silent. Still. Indifferent to the chaos he caused. Just kept watching. He became a celebrity whose only talent was perfect stillness. The world screamed. He waited. And I watched. Some nights I wondered if we were the ones in his building, not the other way around. Replacing Carlos was tough. Replacing him in a famous haunted building? Tougher. First kid lasted one night. I ain't afraid of no ghost, he said. Classic line from someone who is. He froze an hour. 1 o'clock, exhaled, took off his hat, said, "Nope, I'm out." Never came back. A woman tried to exercise the monitors. Frank appeared on schedule, unimpressed. She quit mid-chant. A biker who'd seen it all lasted 2 hours. Sudden migraine. Gone. Sal and I made a joke of it. I always bet less than one shift. I won a lot. The agency stopped sending people. Fancy words for your building is too damn spooky. The revolving door stopped spinning. It was just me again. Alone with the screens. Alone with him. Bad press wouldn't die. Corporate did something drastic. Replace the entire CCTV system. Rip out every camera, every wire, every server. Start from scratch. Shiny new cameras. Night vision so clear you could see the soul leave a bug's body. New isolated network, a closed loop. Most secure in the private sector, the lead tech promised. No old artifacts guaranteed. We turned it on. The new monitors were beautiful, like Windows. 11:59. Silence was deafening. For one glorious second, nothing. Then he appeared, on every brand new 4K screen. Clearer, more defined. You could almost read his name, hands clasped, staring into the pristine void. The tech's grin vanished. A suit whispered, "Oh my God." Frank wasn't in the machine, he was in the building. So here we are. Today is March 27th, 2026. A lot has changed and nothing has. Corporate gave up, couldn't sell a haunted tower, couldn't get rid of him. So now they just pay me. Too much to sit here every night. I'm not a guard anymore. I'm an observer. I log his appearances. I make sure he doesn't start pointing again. The fame died down. The internet moved on. The news moved on. He didn't. Every single night. 12, he arrives. 1, he leaves. He hasn't moved or pointed since Carlos. Sometimes I talk to him, tell him about my day, complain about the coffee. He's a great listener. Carlos was never found. Officially declared dead. Cold case. Just another New York mystery. Some nights I watch the old footage until the static hits, wondering what he saw in that final second. Wondering what was at the end of that hallway. What Frank was pointing at. Warning or invitation. I'll probably never know. I've gotten used to him. The fear mostly faded, replaced by strange companionship. But the clarity gets me. He seems more real now, more solid. And sometimes, for just a split second, I feel like he's not staring down the hall anymore. Like he's turned his head just enough, and he's watching me.